Hey there, Papercrafters. We are back at the CHA Paper Shards Show in Schaumburg, Illinois, July 2015. And this lovely lady you're seeing is Eileen Hull. She's a designer with Sizzix. Probably recognize her from a review we did of her box die, where we made a really cute little baby room gift. And if you haven't seen that, please check out our YouTube channel and look for that. And Eileen is going to show us around her lovely home, Scotty, that she takes on the road, and then we're going to take a look at some of her new products.
Great. Well, thank you, Stephanie, for coming by. If you want to come in, I'll show you my little camper. It's a 1976 Scotty Cerro, and the year after that, the factory burned down, so there are not a lot of these around, so I'm really lucky that I have it, and plus it's my favorite color, aqua. So I bought it even though it was kind of had rotten wood in there and everything, and I've done a couple things to kind of fix it up. I travel with it. It's my mobile studio, and I go around to different stores on the Paper Trail, which is a series of teaching tours. So I teach classes using my Sizzix dies, my clear snap inks. So up here, this actually sleeps 7, if you can believe it. So this swings down, and this has 2 up here. You can fold this down and put the cushions across, so that's, they say this is a single. And then over here, we have the same thing, 2 up and 2 down. Yeah, be careful. Sorry. There's not much. It seems bigger than... So up here is all my storage where I keep my supplies for class. This is the bed. I have a little oven. This is where I keep my paper. And here, what better use for an oven? This was a refrigerator, but the gaskets were kind of rotten, so I had them take that out, and we put in storage, and this is where I can keep my paper and my dies and kind of heavy supplies.
Cool is that, ladies? Yeah. Don't we all need one of these?
Yes!
We all need a Scotty.
Everyone needs one where you can go and retreat and do all your creative thinking. We have a little closet in here. And this is where I keep my other supplies. It could be a bathroom, but it's actually kind of messy because we threw everything in here, which is what closets are for. But I have all of my kind of basic supplies over there. When I need to restock, I just come here. I also have one of those rolling carts that fits right in the bottom here, so I just roll that out and bring it into class.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it's really fun.
We're looking at the little Scotty Gaucho.
Yeah, yeah, that was cool. So, and then everybody gives me camper stuff. So I have all these fun little, this my friend Lindsay did that for me, and Rena from my design team gave me that. This is one of my dies actually, that is a little Scotty trailer, and I use it to hold my my business cards. So
awesome.
Yeah. So if you want to come out,
let's go ahead and walk out here. See if I can do this without smacking myself.
So over here is my latest collection. It's called Stitchlets, and it's a sewing collection. There are 12 products in the line. One of them is modeled after this kind of vintage sewing box that my grandmother had, my mom had. So I designed a die that will make one just like it. I know, it works. It works. Yeah, you can use it for all different kinds of things. My friend made one for her granddaughter, put her little hair doodads in there, and could use office supplies. You have to take note of that ink. I mean, it makes it look just like wood. This is actually my inks. These are my clear snap inks that we use to make that faux wood grain effect. Awesome. So, and then the other dies are, that's just some stitching that I've done. These are the Stitchlets, and what they do is they make a grid, and you can actually place them wherever you'd like and stitch on your mixed media pieces, your canvas, your paper, scrapbook layouts, whatever you'd like. So they're kind of a new die cutting system, and I'm really excited about that because I'm hoping to get stitching back into being taught, because my granddaughter, my mom gave her a sewing box for Christmas. She's 9. And I asked her, what's your favorite toy? She got all the electronics, everything else, and she said the sewing box was her favorite. And I think because kids need to still use their creativity and that's one way they can do it, and I think we're really not learning that anymore. So using these dies, it makes it easy for them because the holes are big. The things that you use to stitch, you can use yarn, floss, baker's twine so it's easy for them to manipulate, and for us too. So I have trouble seeing those holes sometimes. So here's what we have. This is a sewing basket. There's a die that cuts little button jars. This die right here is a Make It 3D die. So the way that works is, here's the button jar, but this die here makes it so that you can make anything a 3D die. So any die that you have, you can put one of these little wells or boxes around and use that to make a box out of it. So
very clever.
Yeah, that one is
a great way to stretch the use of dies you already own.
Yeah, well, yes, all those dies that you've bought and you haven't used, now you can use for another way. So we have also this little needle book. This is a lot of fun. This one I covered with metal, made a little accordion book. Here it's cut out of denim and used to actually be a needle book. This one is cut out of paper. Here's a stitchlet, and as you can see, they use that to do a decorative stitch. And then here, it's used just plain, and they backed it with paper. It's a little design element. And these are another one of the stitchlet dies that come in the kit. So they all work together, and they're just really a lot of fun. You can use all your different mediums. I like to doodle, so I just took my little button jar, made a little accordion album.
Very cute.
This one here I like too because she used a stitchlet to bind a book. So there are a lot of different ways, and I've been having a lot of fun trying to, figure out what to do with them. So I have them now, and these are some other little textured impression folders that you can use for tags or as decorative accents. And there's also this one is the second impression folder.
Oh, and I love this stitch piece that you did down here.
Oh yeah, see, those are some Sizzix dies actually that I worked into my design, and I was just kind of practicing. Yeah, and here's a layout made by my friend Susie. Oh, this embroidery hoop is one of them. That's a new one. That's actually shows all the materials that you can stitch on. So that's wood, felt, paper, foam, and I have some other things over there. Fabric, metal, chalkboard paper, that's crinoline, and that's like a vinyl. So there are a lot of materials you can stitch on, even though these are the wafer thin dies. So I always encourage people to get the most value out of your dies. I mean, take it beyond what the name of it is and just look at it. The other day, I had this little trailer, and I looked at it and I thought, that looks like a minion if you put it that way. So I die cut a yellow one, made a little minion. So you always want to be thinking about how can I extend the use of this and really get the value out of it. So anyway,
awesome.
That's what I have that's new.
And Eileen, if people want to learn more about you or Sizzix, where should they go?
Well, you can go to my website, eileenhull.com. If you want to follow me on my paper trail, I would say go on my Facebook page, which is Eileen Hull Designs, Instagram, Twitter, and you will see what all is happening. I try to do some behind the scenes, sometimes good, sometimes bad things that are happening that I don't want to tell my husband about, but they happen anyway. So you can follow me there and see what we're up to. I also have an amazing design team who comes up with tons of different ways that you can use your dies, mix and match. They have the new ones always, up and coming, and there's a lot going on there. So I hope that you'll come and see me there.
Awesome,
okay.
And be sure to wave and say hello to Eileen when you see her and Scotty on the road.
Yes, toot your horn.
All right, thanks Eileen.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.